Shalom, Shalom, Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Chakadash, Divine, to the elders, GMS, Ruah, salutations to Akim out there, push his word and truth, sincerity, risking your freedom and your life to do so, more so now than ever before. Back with another video. CNBC, this is as of January 24, 2023, so about 8 months ago, but, you know, it's still relevant to the time that we're in. All the prophets had seen the day of doom, the end of the world. Instead of the flood, it was fire. And all the prophets documented it, that they received this vision. Isaiah, Ezekiel, John, the Revelator, all the prophets, seen the destruction of what they thought of Babylon the Great, which is what we know as today as America. So let's read a little bit of this. This is from CNBC.com. Putin's nuclear threats move doomsday clock closest ever to Armageddon, atomic scientists say. And we know that Putin, or Russia, is Gog and Magog, according to Ezekiel 38. Is gonna usher in this third world war with America and Israel, Iran and China. And we know that we're close at that time because, things are heating up. So it says, the bulletin of the atomic scientists announced that it moved its metaphorical doomsday clock closer than ever to midnight. Experts said the chief driver of the unparalleled threat level this year was Russia's invasion of Ukraine and Russian President Vladimir Putin's thinly veiled threat to deploy nuclear weapons in the conflict. Even if nuclear use is avoided in Ukraine, the war has challenged the nuclear order that has governed global nuclear weapons stockpiles for the past 60 years, said Dr. Stephen Fetter. So it says, Washington, the bulletin of the atomic scientists announced Tuesday that it has moved its metaphorical doomsday clock closer than ever to midnight. The hypothetical hour of Armageddon, reflecting experts' assessment that humanity is confronting unprecedented threats to its existence. The 2023 countdown time was set at 90 seconds to midnight, the group's leaders announced in a press conference at the National Press Club. This new time was 10 seconds closer to doomsday than it was set to a year ago. The group has been measuring real and essential threats to humankind, from climate change to the prospect of nuclear war, for more than 70 years. The point of the clock is to assess where humanity is and whether we are safer or at greater risk, said Dr. Rachel Brownson, President and Chief Executive of the Bulletin, in quotations. And as we move the clock closer to midnight, we are sending a message that the situation is becoming more urgent. Well, let's get this, man. Isaiah, one of the beloved prophets that seen this vision. Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, in my previous video, I said that how did Sodom and Gomorrah go out? By fire from heaven, and destroyed the whole land, burned everybody and everything up. But it's referring to Babylon now. We know that it's not ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon is literally modern day Iraq. You see, it would be in that place where Iraq is today. So it's not talking about modern day Babylon. It's talking about, it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon. Babylon is America, according to the Bible. If you did not know, it should be plain and obvious today. If you're actually looking, if you don't try to avoid the obvious, it's America. And America's gonna go out the same way, and not only America, a few other places in the world will be utterly destroyed by fire. And it says, verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall their shepherds make their fold there. Where the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, And their houses should be full of doleful creatures, and owls should dwell there, and satyrs should dance there, and the wild beasts of the island should cry there, in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So it's spiritual that they have this clock, because it's a reality. It's a reality. It's about to be a reality very soon. This is Revelation 6:14, 6:14 through 17. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Now, how could this happen? How could this take place? In an event of thermonuclear war, the power alone of a nuclear bomb is going to shake the earth and cause mountains to move, islands to move, all right? Just in pure force. So this is what John, the Revelator, was seeing, which according to Revelations 1, verse 1, he was supposed to write down his vision, what he was seeing when he was on the island of Patmos. So it said, and the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountain. Now, it could be physical mountains that they went into to hide. And then there was also underground bunkers, okay? John is describing it the best way he knew how, that these men try to hide themselves from this war, or this fire that came down, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of the wrath is come, and who should be able to stand? Nobody, because once these nuclear missiles drop, it's complete utter destruction. Now, I was watching this one video about ex-general of the army saying how quickly a nuclear war can escalate. And he mentioned this song from Pink Floyd, old school rock band, Two Suns in the Sunset. Now, how do you have two suns in a sunset? Because one, the sun rises in the east, falls on the west, but he's seeing two suns. This is what he's seeing. A nuclear fallout, nuclear devastation. It was heavy. Now it says, what is the meaning of two suns in the sunset? The song is about the fear of nuclear holocaust in England. In the song, it says the sun is in the east, even though the day is done. The sun sets in the west. You see, because hypothetical is saying that the sun sets. The sun is in the east, even though the day is over. See, the sun rises in the east. That's why, we as Israelites are supposed to pray to the east, because that's where Jerusalem is, in the east. But the sun sets in the west. It doesn't set in the east. It rises in the east, but the sun sets in the west. So if the day is over and the sun is still in the east, what is that saying? Thermonuclear fallout, all right? And he spoke about it in this song. And it was heavy, because this is a reality of what's going to happen. Isaiah 9:5, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and futile fire. A thermonuclear war, man. And this is going to be the judgment of the great horse. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shemakakadas, the one said, I was a team as well. Send to you, I can say next time. Shalom.